like you were trying to break Jordan's record there, the way you were making threes. I mean, just talk about your confidence from three-point range.
Yeah, I hadn't been shooting it great leading up to this in the past games, but coach and Connor, J-Bo, they kept telling me, keep shooting it. Jordan talked to me last game, said, what do you do after miss? And the answer is keep shooting it. So that's been my mentality. I've been shooting it well in practice. Just need to see one going in the game, and to finally get hot felt good.
That's something this team needs after losing so many three-point shooters from last year. Is that something, are you conscious of that?
Yeah, that's obviously the role they kind of brought me here for. That's what I did in high school. That's what I've done my whole life. So I'm looking forward to playing more games and just keeping it rolling.
Can you imagine making 375 in a career?
I mean, I made like my 7th tonight, so got a long ways to go. But I mean, that's awesome for him. He's been such a great role model and leader for me. So to see that was a really cool thing for him.
Ball movement was really crisp tonight. Was that something you guys emphasized the last couple of days?
Honestly, we've been emphasizing it since I got here. It's been a big thing. Obviously, North Carolina Central, they were kind of pressuring us a little bit, so it wasn't as great. But there was a lot of lanes in this zone that we could kind of find and just keep moving it to one another. And I think it was really good tonight. Led to the threes.
Are you feeling more comfortable now the more time you get?
Yeah, every game I feel like a certain weight has been lifted off my shoulders. Every game, I'm just back to my normal form when I was playing high school, what I'm used to. So getting used to it and looking forward to keeping contributing.
Joe Toussaint had 11 assists tonight, career high for him. Found you late on that kick out three. I mean, he just seemed to be finding you guys tonight.
Yeah, I think he kind of knew it. He brought all of us aside with I don't know whenever we came out of one of the timeouts, he said, I got 9 right now. And then he threw it down to me for a layup, and I got fouled. So I'm like, I'm sorry. And then I think he got one to Chris and then me. So he's such a great leader, great passer. It's so much fun to play with him.
Peyton, obviously, it's your first year here. A lot of guys are playing new roles from last year, even though they've been around the team. I mean, what's really allowed you guys to have that chemistry and kind of flourish offensively through these first 4 games?
Yeah, we have so many weapons. Last game, it was Tony and Aaron came in and gave us something we really needed, helped us win that game. We got a bunch of guys on that bench who are capable of big nights. Obviously, Chris was really good tonight, and then the starters, they all do their thing. So we just got so much talent. We got so much chemistry off the floor that on the floor it's easy for us. Good. All right. Thank you, guys.
Thanks, man. Just how many both of his threes.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't think we can't count a rent for that. It's not worth it because if they go to the Big Ten championship, I have to pay for that. Pay for it. Yeah, we could, and with insurance, if I called, it would be $5.25. Rob booked one for $425 without insurance, but we're gonna. I just don't think we're gonna go. John, I don't think we're going that fast.
I'm not.
Because we can't find a rental car for less than $500.
Yeah,
It's just not worth it.
It's insane. Cars.
Well, I don't know. I got one for the Northwestern game. It was $80.
That's fine. Thanksgiving weekend.
Well, that, and we'd have to have it. We'd have to pick it up on Thursday and not return it till Sunday. That's just the only way you can do it. I guess we could return it Saturday, but no, it's we're leaning towards not going.
Western Michigan.
Because we'd have to leave at 5:30 in the morning anyway. for the whole thing.
Okay.
But still, that's just, I just didn't have that. And then you gotta figure gas. Gas will be another $100.
In a hotel.
No, we were gonna drive all the way
Just gonna
back.
drive all
All the way
there
back.
Money
But now, we're
Just
just.
drive over on Friday. or
No,
something.
no, he was gonna pick me up at 5:30 in the morning.
Yeah.
Yeah.
$30
But
to
now
make a
I'm
buck?
gonna go. The document offered to drive.
I knew somebody who made a lot of money
Thursday afternoon.
doing that back on Mike Tyson.
No transcripts tonight. Go right to coach. Questions for coach?
Fran, is it good to get that record, not say out of the way, but just to, so now that Jordan doesn't have to really think about that anymore?
To be honest with you, Pat, I wasn't really thinking about it. I don't know, everybody seemed to think he was because he had an off night the other night. We don't talk about it. You knew it was inevitable. So I'm just happy that he got it. I mean, you think about it. I mean, it's pretty amazing. A lot of really good players in this league, and a lot of really good three-point shooters in this league, and you have to work really hard to accomplish something like that. And I'm not talking about just, in the off season, on your off days. I'm talking about, since you're a little kid, dreaming one day to be able to play at this level and perform consistently the way he has. It's truly been impressive, and I'm happy for him. I'm proud of him, and I'm happy to coach him.
I'm not sure if this is ground you've covered already. I'm sure you have, actually. But when he said he wanted to come back, what did you think, and what did you think, like, towards the fall as to how you were going to use him and where he was going to fit with this group?
Well, you know what, Mike? I wasn't worried about how he was going to fit. I said we were going to move him to the two-guard spot, which we have. But, I mean, if it was better for the team to play him at the point, I would have done that. But it really worked out well. Worked out as I thought, and I think as everybody else thought. Joe's been spectacular at 11 assists tonight. Aaron's been really good. I can play Connor at the point if I have to. And, J-Bo can think about, hitting threes. And I think, like I said, he's a phenomenal screener at that position. So, as far as him coming back, I felt like he was leaning that way from the beginning, but he wasn't set. And like I said, I just wanted him to know that I wanted him back. And, I think he came to the decision in the right way. And because when he said he was coming, he was really excited about it. It wasn't like, hey, I'm coming back. It was like, I'm back. I'm ready. He knows that this is going to be a different journey than last year. He's going to have a different responsibility, not only in terms of changing position, but as a leader with a different group, a younger group of guys, and everybody in new roles.
Brandon, I think everybody points to Jordan being a sixth-year guy coming back, but he had 300-plus less minutes than John Diebler, who previously on the record. Jordan obviously has played hurt, throughout his career. Probably one of the more resilient players that have easily come through this program.
Yeah, I think that's a really good point. And I think back to the year that we struggled, and we were really depleted in the backcourt. Connor was out for the year, and he played all year, every possession, never said a word, and was in incredible pain for a variety of ailments. And he said, I'm good, I'm ready to go, coach. He knew we needed him, and he fought. And right up and through the overtime loss to Michigan that year when he hit the three to put it into overtime. He's special in that regard. As tough a guy as I've ever been around. Yeah.
And I remember when you signed Sanford, you said this kid's really confident. He believes every three he shoots is going in. I think we saw that tonight.
Yeah, you're 100% right, Pat. He is all of that. But the thing about him is, you make 5 threes, you think of him as a shooter. That kid's a player. He can handle it. He can drive it. He moves it. He's got great feel. He's really smart and tough. You know, he'll be physical defensively because he's got a frame. You know, we really recruited him hard because I thought he had a chance to really be special, and we're seeing that.
Joe T didn't have a great game the other night, but really bounced back. I mean, did you see that coming? Did you think
He's been great. I mean, he was great the other games that he played. Been great in all the practices. Yeah, so, you know, and I could have gone back to him. Aaron was playing so well, I stuck with Aaron the other night.
Was the 23s just basically a function of the game and how it went? Or will this be a team that could get 12, 15 threes on any given night?
I don't see a lot of teams playing us 40 minutes of zone. I just don't. I didn't think they would play a zone in the second half because I've seen this team play man-to-man. They played really well at Western Kentucky to start the season. And they have athletes. I thought they would play more man, or I thought they would mix it. They had success against Iowa State. Iowa State goes 1 for 20 from 3 the other night. So they, you know, I think they felt good about it. So they came out in our game with it. But, yeah, I think it's hard to hit 23s if teams playing man-to-man.
Fran, what's status of Patrick? Is he going to be available
He's
next
sore.
week?
I mean, I think he'll be ready to go Monday. I mean, that would be my expectation. We'll see how he is tomorrow and Saturday. And hopefully he'll be ready to go. I mean, same thing happened the other. He heard it, and then we played him, and he was pretty good in the first half. I thought in the second half, you know, I saw him like holding it. I said, all right, I'm taking you out, and you're out for good. And so he's been getting treatment on it ever since after the game the other night. So hopefully we'll get him ready and won't linger on him.
Sorry, the team started on a strong run, maintained a large lead throughout the game. How did you see them respond and do that this game versus last game where the team was making runs and staying in it throughout?
Yeah, you know, it was a different kind of game. I mean, the other night, they were really, really physical. I mean, they committed 30 fouls. I mean, 30 fouls were called. They probably committed more than 30 fouls. But that was a mindset that they came in with. All right, they'd gotten beaten badly at Memphis, so they came in and said, we're going to fight. You got to respect that about your opponent. And so they were into our space. They were physical. That's how we shot 41 free throws, made 35. Tonight was different. So, you know, they kept coming. They made 11 threes themselves. I mean, you can't say they backed down in any way, shape, or form. I mean, you know, those kids were ready to play tonight. But the zone enabled us to continually get good shots, I thought. And we made them. But I thought, you know, we got it to the high post. We got it to the low post. We got some opportunities in transition. So we mixed it and moved it around. But just a completely different kind of game.
What's it been like having a guy like Bohannon, just for the length of time that you have, and how has he positively affected the program as a whole?
Well, he's as fierce a competitor as I've ever been around, but he's just amazingly consistent, you know, with his effort, with his concentration, with his leadership. And, you know, it's not something that I take for granted. You know, it's something I appreciate, and his teammates do as well.
Okay, thanks, Coach.
Thank you.
Thanks, Fran. Okay, Jordan, next.
Thanks, Fran.
She none you numbers? What do you have, 14 and 14?
Jordan is coming. Do you want him? Hello? Jordan's coming in, but do you want him? Yes.
Boy, they could sure use none you. Man, he would fit nice. Good man, I've got the lace one ready. See Fran yelling at the end?
Well, this is the first time that I'm here since our postgame.
Second time.
Okay, questions for Jordan? Is this something you've been thinking about? I mean, has it been on your mind breaking the record? Or just kind of, you knew it was going to happen eventually? Or?
Yeah, I mean, I hope I would break it after the shooting story I had. I thought I started out hot, and the shots weren't going in last game. So, like Coach always says, keep pulling, and it's pretty special to be named with some of these guys that I've passed through the years, whether it's been at Iowa or throughout the Big Ten. I actually just got off the phone with Diebler. He called me about a couple minutes ago and just wished me the best and congratulated me and asked how I was doing and everything. So it's pretty special to see a guy like that I just passed in the record books. And he gave me a little crap talk to. He said for a couple extra year I had and stuff like that, but he's a great guy, and I talked to him last year a little bit, and he's always been in touch, and that meant a lot to me to have him call me and just wishing me the best and congratulating me. But having my family there and played with a lot of great teammates through the years, just truly blessed to be in this position that I have been.
Jordan, you went over after the game to your family. What did that moment mean to you to go over to see your folks?
Yeah, it's actually my dad's birthday today, so it's kind of a blessing in disguise, I guess you could say, that I didn't break it last game because the amount of shots I've shot with my dad through the years, and it's pretty cool. I get emotional just talking about it, but the late nights have been in the gym shooting and have my dad there with me, and my brother is doing everything they can to get me ready to play at the Big Ten. And it's hard to even put into words because it's been a battle for sure to get to this point. And people can say come back for another year, provide me to get to this point to break the record. But I know the work I put in, getting up at 4:30 in the morning all throughout high school and getting up 500 makes all the way up till I was a senior. And people all my friends call me crazy. Like, why the hell are you doing this? Why are you getting up early in the morning after you just got a workout in at midnight? And it's moment like this that I knew that one day I could be named with these great players that have passed through the record books and provide me to play at my dream school, and Coach McCaffrey give me an opportunity of a lifetime, and I've just been trying to make the most of it day by day.
When you have a game like you had the other night, how quickly do you put that behind you?
You got to. For me to break the three-point record, at Iowa and, the first 3 years, I didn't shoot great every single game. I remember Michigan State, my freshman year, played at Michigan State, and we got our butts kicked. We lost by 30, and I think I was 0 for 8, 0 for 9, and Peter Chalk texted me. He's like, keep shooting that thing. And it was beautiful because he was the guy that I looked up to, and I was, like, playing with him. And have him text me as we're getting on the charter plane as a freshman. I was just scared to talk to him at times because I was like, this is, like, pretty cool to be on the same team as him. But, it's been special to be in this position.
Jordan, John Diebler played 300 more minutes than you, despite you having an extra year. You've played a lot of your career hurt. I mean, is it a little bit extra special just knowing all the rehab and all the injuries you had to play through? Fran brought up your sophomore year when you were basically the only option at point guard because of other injuries, but you played through a lot of pain yourself. Yeah,
that's why I think it makes it so special, the dark times that you go through, because they've set myself up to work through, to get to the good times. I always thought anytime you go through a tough time in life, it's providing yourself a lesson to, prepare yourself for the positive that's about to happen in your own life. So anytime I go through a bad shooting night like it did last night, and kind of realizing that it's my dad's birthday today and all the shots through the years, putting everything in a bigger picture. Like, it's almost like it was destined for me to break it on his birthday and all the shots that he's helped me shoot and getting my form right ever since I was a little kid. So I've always been about the bigger perspective and understanding that, and to understand that I've been through all these injuries and got myself to this position to break the record after everything that I've been through, especially that sophomore year, because that wasn't a fun year. I was battling through injuries. We were 14 and 19. We couldn't even show our face in public because we were just getting, crapped on because of how bad we were as a team. And to come back with that same team the next year, and we took the same exact players and almost, made it the Sweet 16 against the best team in the country. It shows, how those dark times can set you up for those positive moments.
What was the first time, if you can remember, that you looked at the list of the Big Ten all-time three-point shooters and how far you had to go?
Freshman year in high school.
Really?
Freshman year in high school. I knew I knew I could break some records when I got to Iowa, and I got the opportunity. I knew how hard I worked in high school. I knew the amount of people that doubted me to even, once I even stepped on campus, before I stepped on campus, you know, I still see tweets about, I don't really know, I think I have them blocked on Twitter, but BGH, whatever their account is, you know, there's people like that shouldn't even be on Twitter in the first place, but that's another story. But it's people like that has helped me, you know, get myself motivated to play these types of games. And, you know, you got to have a why in anything you do. If you don't love what you do, then there's no point to do it. And I've loved putting the Iowa jersey on. I love playing for Coach McCaffrey. I love playing in front of Iowa fans, and that's why I came back. It wasn't for any selfish reason. I wanted to, you know, do what I love, and that's playing basketball with the dream school that I got the opportunity to play with. And, you know, every single game I'm continuing to try to make the most of it and, you know, hopefully lead this team to spots that no one thinks we can get to.
If I have this right, I think in a few games you're going to set the NCAA record for most games played. How do you feel about that?
It's a testament to our trainer, Brad Floyd. There's been a lot of dark moments with us, you know, a lot of tears shed after games, not knowing if I can play the next game, a lot of injections in my body. Me and Floyd make a joke. I think I have the most injections out of any athlete that's ever went through Iowa, whether that's hips, my fingers, my foot, you know, you just name down the list. But it's been other people that's gotten me to this moment. It's not just myself. You know, I talked about my dad. You know, Brad Floyd's been a huge reason why I'm still here. I'm still playing. I'm the best, you know, conditioned, you know, spot in my life I've ever been. And, you know, like I said, it's all those people around me that's got me to this point.
Outside of your record, the school record 23s, what did it feel like to watch your other teammates knock down shots from perimeter and all of y'all break a record together?
I think it shows how dangerous this team can be, honestly. You know, people have said that we might not be a great shooting team. Whether we just broke, I think it was our last year's record with that team, and we had, you know, myself, CJ, Weezy, Luka, you just go down the line. We had shooters left and right, and this team, no one really thought we could shoot the ball, and they came out in the zone, and we were ready to play. I think Peyton will be I'm hoping he breaks my record, you know, when he gets his senior year, because I think he has the ability to do that. And, you know, we keep telling guys like that to shoot the ball because it makes our team so much better.
You kind of mentioned some of the guys you looked up to, like Jock. What's it mean now to kind of be the guy that, you know, like a lot of the kids out there and like even your teammates look up to?
It's special. You know, I remember I was just taking Peyton home to his dorm about 2 weeks ago, and we were just talking about random stuff, and he made a joke about how long I've been here and when he was in high school and I was, you know, a freshman in college and whatnot, or his 7th grade year or whatever. And he's like, "Dude, you're like my hero." And I was like, it's kind of cool hearing that. Like, you're playing with a guy that, you know, thought so much of me to want to, you know, play at Iowa, to, you know, kind of emulate my game a little bit, shoot the ball like I have. And, you know, that's what I came back for. You know, I felt like I've made a good impact on the university and had a good chance to, you know, help guys like that out along the way, because this road that we're on is not easy. You know, there's people outside of us every single minute. Every single we turn on our phone, there's someone saying something about someone on our team. And that can be damaging to a lot of people if they don't have a, you know, good mindset. And I think the team that we have is as good as a mindset that we've had that I've been here since.
Okay, thank you, Jordan.
Thanks, Jordan.
Congrats.
Thanks, guys.
Thanks, Jordan. Thanks, everybody.